everybody, and today we are doing Unordinary episode 151. Yeah, that's right, it's the new one. Let's begin. Wellston Boys' dorm. I may have been oblivious, but I've always stepped in when the situation called for it. You, on the other hand, witnessed everything that went on and you did nothing about it. You know you're the strongest out of all of us. If you had an issue with the injustice, you could have fixed it easily. So explain. What gives you the right to push all the blame onto me? This is as much your fault as it is mine. Wrong. I was a cripple, and I put my trust in all of you. But all you did was let me down, so I'm stepping in to end your bull crap. What you're doing won't end anything. It's making it worse. So I have to side with John here. I think he actually was a cripple until he came to his new school. He actually was a cripple until he got his powers. He was a late bloomer. He was literally a cripple. Maybe he was acting cripple, and he's always had his powers, but he acted cripple at his old school until things got out of hand. Then he took over. He knew he wasn't a good king. He messed up a lot, a lot, and got to the point where he got expelled for killing pretty much half of his class, or sending them to the infirmary. So, if you do that, then you go to a new school, and he's so scarred from using his powers that he's playing cripple. And then these people, they just let him down. They kept bullying him, Oh, and Arlo, I think Arlo was his, final straw. Arlo taking him out and ambushing him because he was trying to be his friend. Arlo, if you had a problem, just tell him go away at school. Or, get him off the building. Don't do this long, elaborate, month-long scheme of crap just to get him to show that he has powers because you know he has them. Dude, why? And did this all because of Seraphina? Oh, and Seraphina. Okay, so prediction. There's gonna be, I feel like there's just not gonna be a big fight. I feel like Remy will be fighting, and then Seraphina's powers will come back, and then John will have to fight Seraphina, but he can't do that. So he'll, try and run or something. Not because he can't beat her. He probably can't beat her, but I think it'd be a really close fight. I think Seraphina will step in without powers, and then John either has to take her down or get out of there. And he'll have to end up taking her down, but not really. He's going to choose the option run away, because he couldn't do that to his friend. But if the friend does do that, he might consider it betrayal, and it might be New Boston High all over again. Oh, and at New Boston High, why'd he beat up the blonde? The blonde was literally telling the truth the whole time. The blonde never lied. So why? The blonde wasn't even there. He beat up the blonde for telling him the truth, and then he didn't even accept that. Why? Okay. What you're doing won't end anything. It's making things even worse. Actually, that is also false. Because that's what Arlo did. That's how he got them to come back into his order. It worked. But the only way to get them to stay that way is to make sure they know it in their brain. That's how it worked for him. He got beat up, he got slammed with his memories, and guess what? He didn't use his powers for 2 years until some idiot went out of their way to bully him and make him show his powers. It took them 2 years to do that. So maybe if he does this, he can keep it like that for a few years, at least. Longer than her brother did, but I know I shouldn't say that because her brother's dead. Just hasn't been ingrained in my brain. Her brother was awesome. That I can say. John, I understand your motivations. And I agree with you. All this mistreatment needs to stop. But destroying everyone's trust in the high rankers isn't the way to solve this. By using violence, you're only encouraging it. Well, kinda yes and no. Using violence under a mask, it's scaring the student body, making them lose their faith. If you lose faith in your high rankers, what do you turn to? No one. And then, actually, I think she's right in this one. Because if they lose their faith in the high rankers, then who will they put their faith into? They can't put it into the authorities because the authorities are trash. They'll just beat up people again without anyone and then they'll lose all their authority. So then, once that happens, and they know that they can't keep them safe, they'll try and keep themselves safe. And if that guy comes, they're all screwed. So they'll be so worried on John, maybe they won't, but like, oh, that isn't going to work. Oy vey. That is true, but they do all deserve it. We should embrace the fact that people look up to us and continue to use our influence to guide them. I do agree with that, but your influence isn't going to do crap once the new king comes in and says, frick all this. And Blake actually could have been a pretty good king. I don't deny that. But from now on, we'll focus on teaching to them to treat others with more and more respect and less hostility. I'll speak with the other high rankers. We'll figure something out. This is where I agree with him. The high rankers, they ain't gonna do crap. What you need to do is treat the next generation of high rankers, to teach the next generation of high rankers / tiers to be good. That's how you do it. You need to teach them. Get rid of all the current high rankers that are trash. Like, I don't mind him beating up Arlo. Beat up Arlo. Get him out of there. Keep Seraphina. Keep Remy. And those two can be like the new king and queen. Whatever you want to call them. We're two queens. That's kind of weird. But still, they can both be leaders of the school. Because Seraphina stepped in even when she has no powers. That'd make a good twist, you know? Like, someone with no powers and someone with these great powers, like lightning ruling the school. And John, in this situation, John can stay as long as he keeps playing cripple. Like, that's the only way I could see this working. But you'd have to get rid of Arlo, Blake, Eisen. Blake has his heart in the right place, but he still shot a beam at someone's head. Well, I mean, he does have PTSD. It's pretty fair that he shot the beam at his head. But still, bit overkill. You dumb. You think you can fix all this by talking? True. You do need to get rid of the high tiers, the bad ones. So talking isn't going to do crap. Wake up! Nobody gives an it about what you have to say. Listen. My brother was the former. Oh no, why is she mentioning your brother? That's like killing yourself. You don't mention your dead brother. Ever. You should just say there was a former king. Not my brother was a former king. God. Here at Wellston, he reduced the amount of violence at school by convincing stronger students to get along with the weaker ones. Sure, he had to micromanage, but he was able to maintain it all on his own for the duration of his term. Yeah, then Arlo said, frick that system, because he didn't teach Arlo to teach the next person, So I'm telling you, it's possible. If we work together and get the others in on this too, the school can change for the better. I'll ask Blyken. Oh, that's where you messed up. Eisen literally broke his wrist and attacked him for his article on low tiers, quote unquote. Basically for Arlo. And Blake shot a laser beam at his head. And Arlo, what the hell is wrong with you? He even told you what Arlo did. Arlo freaking brought him out to a field, beat him for trying to befriend him, and then, oh my god, Remy, why would you ever suggest that? You're about to get crapped on. Frick. And I'm sure I can sway Arlo as well, since he's worked closely with Ray before. Ray before? What the hell did that do to Arlo, besides make him change the system immediately after? Working with Ray didn't do crap for him. Like, you gotta state the facts here. It didn't do anything for him. Like, Jesus. Are you effing kidding me? Blake, Eisen, Arlo? The same idiots who tried to beat the crap out of me? Talking nicely, treating people with respect? You're effing delusional. Listen to me, John. I know them well enough. They'll change. Bull crap. With that logic, Arlo, who worked so closely with your oh-so-righteous brother, should have changed. Yes, that is true! But don't talk crap about him. Don't talk crap about the brother. He was awesome. Just Arlo being a prick that didn't, being a stubborn prick that didn't let him do anything. Why is he still an effing prick? Perfect. Why doesn't he run the school the same way your brother did? I'll tell you why. Because people won't accept change until you beat it into them. Everyone is inherently fake. Everyone is inherently fake. I agree with you, John. Jesus, he's so freaking speaking the truth. They put on a nice front when you're around, but the second you leave, they go back to their roots. It's exactly what Arlo did. He dropped your brother's system because he didn't give a crap about the weaklings. That is true. That's not true. Arlo may be a jerk, but he's always kept everyone's best interest in mind. Best interest? John had no interest in going back to the hierarchy. Seraphina had no interest in coming back into the hierarchy. Yet he freaking brought John out to a field and beat him because he wanted Seraphina back in the hierarchy. And then once John showed his true colors, he wanted him back in the hierarchy, and he shouldn't see through his stubborn reasoning until he freaking had an epiphany 100 episodes later. Like, Jesus. Best interests. He doesn't give a crap about the low tier's interests. How does he treat them? Oh, cripple of the school, weakest guy. Come out to a field with me, let me beat you up with two of my strongest students. Oh yeah, I know you have some sort of power, but what if your power is trash? What if his power was literal trash? And he got beat up so bad that he died. Like, that'd be the end of it. Seraphina would never like Arlo. That'd be the end of this whole story. Like, Jesus. Arlo, you shut the F up already? You're so annoying, you don't know anything. And you haven't said a single useful thing since you came here. Get the F out. Well, I mean, I know she's trying to reason. But what has she said so far could lead to a better opportunity? Arlo doesn't give a crap about talking. Arlo's first choice was beating John up instead of talking to him like, hey, can you convince Seraphina to do this? Like Aizen, he broke his wrist because he wouldn't sit down. Aizen broke his wrist because he wouldn't freaking tell him information. Blake shot a laser beam at his head because he did slap Remy. And Remy's like his best friend. But still, she said some pretty useful things actually. There are possible solutions for what's happening at the school. You're just too blind to see that there's somewhat solutions. Get the F out. I haven't said anything useful. You haven't been listening, John. I just proposed a solution. I told you how my brother handled the situation. I said we can model after him. I have a feeling he's about to roast the brother. No disregard for the brother, but he did it pretty good for his 2 years, for his couple years that he was head. He kept them in line for those couple years. But his only issue was he didn't train Arlo not to be a douche. And he didn't train Arlo to keep it up. Did your brother change anything? Did he put an end to the abuse? Temporarily, yes. Permanently, he didn't do crap. But that's fine, because he made up for it by becoming a superhero that would save people. He was awesome. He did. No, the abuse is still here. Temporarily. He did temporarily. Therefore, your solution is the solution, because it didn't work. True. It didn't work for very long. As far as I can tell, your brother is just as useless as every other high ranker. That's going a bit too far. He tried. He became a superhero. Then he died because he was a superhero. But John doesn't know that. John does not know that. He just thinks their brother became like probably some like politic or something. Because he had all this power and stuff, right? He's a high ranker. He has a lot of power. He wouldn't ever imagine him being a superhero and dying for the cause. Like, now he's thinking, this idiot, he didn't do anything. He didn't even train his next person. But that's fine. And you're an idiot for believing he actually made a difference. He did make a difference. Then Arlo freaking screwed it up. John, you take that back. Ooh, she's getting angry. You don't know my brother, so don't you dare talk about him that way. He doesn't know he's dead. He doesn't know he was a vigilante because of the Vigilante Protection Services or whatever the hell. Or what, you'll fight me? Instigator. Your brother could go to hell for all I care. Oh no, don't say that about a dead brother. He doesn't know it's dead though, so I can't be mad at him. Frick. Damn it. Clench. I give up. There's no point in trying to reason with you. He listened to all your reason, but all your reason was crap. You didn't give him a good way to do this. He didn't say, hey, let's try and get Arlo expelled. Get him the hell out. Let's try and get Blake and Aizen expelled. Get them the hell out. Let's try and get Cecile expelled. Get her the hell out. And then, the high tiers that are left are John, Remy, And that's it, right? Oh, and Zeke, get him the hell out too. Then those two can force the rest of the school into listening to logic and reasoning. And then they can stop beatdowns whenever they happen by beating down the other person, and then they'll learn, oh, frick, I better not beat anyone down again, or I'm going to freaking get screwed over. But then they might do it after school. And if they do it after school, they can just, be reported. They can be like a reporting box. Anyway. There's a different solution, but, Remy, you didn't give one. I really hope you could come to a compromise, but you refuse to listen to anything I say. I already know what I need to do. Fine. Turn. Then I'll see you in 2 days. Oh, she's angry. I don't know why she didn't just zap him there and then. She could have killed him. Hospital. Bedridden for a month, and then they would have realized, hey, that dude hasn't been around recently. And then they'll look in the infirmary. Oh, John's been in there for months. And then the second John gets out, he beats up Remy. That could be their greatest way of proving John is Joker. Tap, tap. Open. Wow! You two were listening at the door. John, go beat him up right now. What the frick? We didn't hear anything. Remy, you okay? Bump. Yeah, I'm fine. She just realized how much a douche her two friends are. What the? Come on, let's go. Isaac only started being nice to him after he realized what he is. Isaac didn't give a crap about the little cripple until he noticed, hey, that guy isn't actually a cripple, is he? Sorry for going on all these rants. Wellston, girls' dorm. John is Joker. Oh no, we're screwed here. Why would Arlo say something like that? It's so random and it doesn't even make sense. Then walking off and pretending like it never happened. Was this his idea of a prank? Close. Good morning, Seraphina. Did you rest well? Not really. Something on your mind? Arlo said some strange stuff to me yesterday. Some nonsense about John being Joker. Wait a minute. He said, what? What? One at exclamation mark hashtag overreaction. But why? How should I know? He's probably just messing with me. What do I do? Snitch! Snitches normally get stitches, but you better snitch. You snitch all the time. You snitched on her for having the book, so snitch! Snitch in her best interest. Snitch! If Arlo wants Seraphina to know, then he must have his reasons. But John would never want her to find out about this. True, because then John would lose her as a friend. Whoa, that gives me an idea. So, what if at the end of the series, the end of this season, whatever you want to call it, I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is John's going to go out and fight is going to have to go out, fight Remy. Seraphina jumps in, rips off his mask from behind or some crap like that he doesn't notice, then reveals that John is Joker, friendship ruined. Then the next season will be about them repairing their friendship or whatever. Anyway. What, Elaine? You're acting funny. I just feel like maybe Arlo mentioned it for a different reason. Sigh. Ugh, I doubt it. He's never up to any good. UNordinary episode 151 end. She's not. A lot of people are saying that she's thick in this scene, but I don't think so. She's not being thick. She's thinking, Arlo's never up to any good. He's a douche, basically. He's saying, Arlo, you're a douche. You're never up to any good. I don't give a crap about you. And Elaine's just like, you maybe had a better reason. No wonder she isn't listening to him, because he's been a freaking idiot this whole time. He's the one that caused this whole situation. Brought back his PTSD from when he last used his ability, and other stuff. You realize he wouldn't even use his ability until he was halfway on the ground, beaten and bloodied, told there is no way out, and then his PTSD came back from Monster. Then he had to go through the PTSD, listen to himself, and freaking ignore the fact that he was called a monster by his best friend at the time. Oh. every Thursday. But why was it on Monday? Oh, Wednesday. That's fine. Judge by the shade about to make a solution to do anything. I agree with this. So, I agree with the fact that Remy is in denial because of her brother. But he died, so that's fair enough. Anyway, that's it for today's video, you guys. See you in the next one. Bye!